Hi, welcome to Indie Frequencies. I'm Haven, AM, and I am going to talk about Roy Kaplan Out of Sight today. Roy Kaplan is a telekinetic, ghost-seeing, ex-criminal, ex-burglar, specifically, detective. And he is going around in this cyberpunk future city, trying to solve missing persons cases, blackmails, murders, everything. He also has the help of his ghost roommate, Wes, because like I said, he can see ghosts. This is like a main part of the story. It's not just a throwaway thing, you know? It's a major part. He talks to ghosts. That's part of what helps him solve a lot of the stories of the cases. The first episode, it's episodic, so you can jump in literally wherever, except for the last episode of the season, which hasn't come out yet. There are meant to be, I believe, 12 episodes. Right now, only 5 are out. Wait, let me count. Yep, 5 are out, plus the trailer. But you can jump in on any of them. Personally, I would recommend the first one, Bomber Blackout. It's a good intro to the series, and it's a fun mystery. The basic premise is that there's this racer, Bomber Baron, and she's part of the Anti-Gravity Racing League, and then in the middle of her last race, the cameras go black, and the Baron vanishes. And then, of course, Kaplan has to figure out what's going on. It's a cool mystery. My only complaint is that it is a little predictable at times, which can be good in the way that, like, nothing comes out of left field. You know, there's nothing that's like, okay, that didn't have any foreshadowing, didn't make any sense. None of that. No, it's good. It's good. You can predict what's happening, which can be good. However, I just wish it would keep me guessing a little bit more. I can see things coming in a way that isn't always the best. That doesn't take away my enjoyment, though. It's a really fun story. It's got a cool premise and a lot of fun things to play around with. Just the idea of being able to talk to ghosts to solve your mystery, and then also being telekinetic on the side, like being able to open locks and stuff like that. The idea of a con man being the detective, I'm sure it's been done before, everything has, but to me it's very new and unique, and I just really enjoy it. I think it's a fun dynamic between Kaplan's past life of being a burglar and his current life of being I wouldn't say law-abiding, but being a detective. And he does struggle with that a little, I think. His past reputation as a burglar, which I'm not going to get into that. That feels like spoilers, but it's something you'll learn if you listen to the whole season, just like learning throughout different episodes. Hey, Fancy, what's up? My little doggy's here. Okay, one thing I absolutely love about this show, and this is going to sound so nerdy, but as a sound designer, I am obsessed with the footsteps in this show. The Foley's really good. I like it a lot. I'm halfway tempted to reach out to the creator and ask, hey, how'd you do that? But yeah, the footsteps are great. The sound design as a whole is really good. It takes you in the moment. You can really feel like you're there. But at the same time, it's not overwhelming. It's not something where you're taken out of it by how there it is. It's a good medium. I like it. The story comes together really well. It's, like I said, it's predictable at times, but it does make sense. It all comes together. You could listen through on a second run through and be like, oh yeah, you know, that kind of feeling, which is good for a mystery to have. That's very high praise, I feel. The voice acting is great. They have, I think, the website said a total of 35 voice actors across the whole season, which is a ton. Wow. But they're all very good, and they all bring a lot of distinct, unique life to each character. I didn't have any trouble telling characters apart, which can be a problem in other audio dramas. But this one, not a problem. They're all very distinct in a great way, a very fun way. Like West is the ghost roommate of Kaplan's from, 19-something or other. And has this very, American Southern voice, I guess. Not quite. I don't know the word for it. But my point is that everything is very distinct. Everything can be told apart, which is very good for someone like me. I have such trouble with processing different voices and keeping things separate in my head. But I had no trouble with that with this show, which is great. It's very good. Okay, another small complaint, which I'm not sure it's even a complaint. It's just kind of a comment. Roy Kaplan, the main character, he can come across as a bit obnoxious sometimes, but I do think that's just the arrogance, which I believe is fully intentional. He's pretty likable otherwise. Like, he's a cool guy. He's so arrogant sometimes. And as he says in episode 1, he loves to listen to himself talk, which is not a bad thing, like I said. It's just a comment. Headspace afterwards. Even if it doesn't end in a way that's like, oh, everything was wrapped up and had a neat little bow on top, it still left me feeling satisfied at the end of each episode. So I can definitely recommend it if you're looking for something to leave you in a headspace that won't, like, keep you thinking, it's not over, that kind of deal. It also left me in a sort of headspace where, like, I don't know, I feel like I want to learn something. I'm feeling all clever and stuff from listening to all these mysteries, you know? So that's good. Roy Kaplan overall has 5 episodes right now, like I said, 5 episodes in a trailer, meant to have 12. You can listen on, I believe it's everywhere except Apple Podcasts, due to some technical issues. But you can also listen directly on their website at www.thepinwheellab.com. Thepinwheellab.com. They have... The way they've set up their website makes it seem like Roy Kaplan is meant to be a series. They said, I think, 4 seasons would be the ideal, but it depends on listener support. But they have it set up so that Out of Sight is its own deal under the Roy Kaplan heading. So I wonder if that's just the name of the season or if it's the name of the series. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm excited to find out more. I really like this show. It's like I say this every time. It's one of my favorites, though. I like all of the shows I review so damn much. And I am genuinely listening to them because they make me so happy to listen to. And I want other people to listen to them and feel that same happiness and talk to me about it. If any of the people listening to this ever listen to the shows I talk about, oh my god, talk to me about it. I would love to talk. I'm so obsessed with each and every one of these shows. Episodes are about 30 to 40 minutes each. Like I said, episodic in nature, so you can kind of just jump in wherever. Roy Kaplan takes inspiration primarily from hardboiled detective fiction of the 30s to 50s, as well as old-time radio classics such as Richard Diamond. Roy Kaplan is a paranormal cyberpunk detective audio drama featuring the titular Roy Kaplan, private investigator, ex-burglar, and psychic. He puts his unique skills as a master thief and psychic who can speak to ghosts to the test, as he solves all kinds of different crimes across a hostile cyberpunk city. With the occasional assist from his ghost roommate Wes, Kaplan tackles everything from strange scams to missing persons to murder and everything else in between. If you like ghosts, speculative post-apocalypse fiction, oh my, sci-fi crimes, and above all, a supernatural detective story that actually remembers to be about investigation and mysteries instead of just happening to include a detective, then Roy Kaplan has all those things and more, and that's all taken just straight from the Tumblr post. Releases on Saturdays. Oh, I also really liked the most recent episode, Foul Spirits. It's number 5, where Roy meets another spirit. Roy meets another psychic, which is fun. That's, and you know, the inherent competitiveness between that, and then also trying to decide whether the psychic is real or not. It's a fun game, okay? It's a fun time. I highly recommend this show. I'm sorry I don't have more to say. It's just that I don't want to spoil anything, and because each episode is its own mystery, it feels like, you know, there's not much I can say without spoiling. But each episode is really, really good. I haven't found one so far that I don't like, so let's see. Roy Kaplan, where was it? Roy Kaplan is played by Jesse Peng. It's also written and edited and produced and everything by Jesse Peng. Music by Beacon. Wes is Caleb Jensen. Reyes is Madeline Harsh in the first episode, at least. Okay, I guess that's all I have to say, really. I love Roy Kaplan Out of Sight. It's a good show. It is very pleasant to listen to. No peeking. You know, the sound design is great. The audio quality, great. And the story is great. So if you have the time, 30 or 40 minutes-ish, listen to one of these episodes. Really, any of them, look through the descriptions and see what strikes your fancy. I think it's worth the time. Roy Kaplan is a good show. Here's the trailer.
Kaplan speaking.
Hello. You are Roy Kaplan, the private investigator?
Sure. If you need something found or something found out, I'm the man for the job. What do you need?
I need you to find who killed me.
You must be nuts. I can't be dead. You're talking to me, aren't you?
Yeah, because I talk to dead people. Get with the program.
I want you to figure out who took this device and why. And I want you to take it back. Can you do that?
Fine. Maybe it's rotten. Maybe someone's pulled a dirty trick. The hell do you want me to do about it?
I think you ought to find out what happened, Roy.
You're the fastest safe cracker I've ever met. I've never known anyone who can crack locks like you do.
A client of mine had something stolen. I'm just getting it back for her.
A client? Since when are you a thief for hire?
This is a bad idea.
You think all my ideas are bad ideas.
Just tell your client what happened and protect yourself for once in your damn life. You're a thief and a con man, Roy. You don't even care about this kind of crime.
Just Stick with me, Wes. I think you'll understand when you see it for yourself.
Roy, get down!
You will take the case, won't you?
Sure. There's not a lot I won't do for 1,000 credits. Why don't I stop by and take a look?